Hello, everybody. Somebody asked me just a few days back why I chose Material Design 3 for the design pattern for the use case with Bevy. And I wanted to show you guys what the impact of that decision was by showcasing it here, as it's been integrated with the DnD Game Rolls application I wrote a few uh, maybe a month or two ago. So here is the fully reintegrated with 024 of Bevy Material Design 3, and some of the things you can right off the bat see is how the scheming of the theming capability looks, how you're able to see this uniformity to everything. You can see how fonts, text, all that stuff fits together nicely. How tabs, color schemes, how options, labels, everything shows up kind of in a uniform kind of way. Look at the settings. See how a settings screen can look with things like the sliders, obviously, that we see here. Drop downs, the way that selections look. Um, you know, some of these other ones like the this toggle here, um, and more drop downs and things. Just essentially the overall feel of the system is uniform. You get this nice button arrangements. Just a lot of things just come together nicely. Also, by using that kind of uniformity, it's much easier to theme and to change themes rapidly. So watch what this color wheel does to change the theme of the application. So let's go to a more red version of it and hit OK, and you can see how, again, the uniformity helps everything to kind of move together. And you don't have to worry about something standing out too far from other things. And look how much nicer it is to see that combination change colors together. And by using that same kind of approach with having a formalized design pattern, it makes the ability to theme much easier. So you can get really radical changes in a uniform way throughout a system. So look at this blue scheme right here. See, again, it just, all of these combinations, how this blue is darker and this is lighter, but it uniformly moved instead of being some random color in some other direction, and so you can get a really concise looking UI that way by using a design system. It doesn't mean that when you're styling your buttons or things that you may always want round edges around things or stuff like that, but it does help a lot with the color usage and just the whole spectrum of colors that are possible to kind of keep them in line with the formula that has been shown to be pleasant on the eyes. It also, rapid development. I mean, once you have a system in place that's very well understood and documented, you can develop on it much faster. Look how fast it's able to apply that same color scheme to this custom control inside of the DnD Game Roll. So not only is it being used for tabs and sliders and buttons, but within this game, I was able to introduce a feature that utilized the same theming component and used it to do something that wasn't part of the material design library that was created. So this is outside of that library, and yet it's using the same theming capability plugged in, and so that you can theme a lot more than just the buttons and the components that came with the library. You can theme your actual application specific components uniformly as well, with very little effort. Anyway, so I'll put a link to this game application. It's on the Microsoft App Store currently. so you can take a look at it there and maybe even download it and play with it to see what the impact of these decisions have been. So anyway, this is DnD Game Rolls, and I'll put the link. Alright guys, later.